Let me just raise this. This is financial technology, and you are coming from a background which is you already have BFW 2120. The Mirzet you are already taken with Mirzet, which is a prerequisite for this unit. And now we are continuing and picking up from that perspective. So when we talk of financial technology in general, we can look at the products, any financial products. For example, we are talking about a loan. A loan is a product. Sukuk is a product. A bond is a product. All of those, we call them products, and they have their own business models. For example, when we talk about bonds, I think if you are coming from finance background, you know that the bond, has fixed interest, have fixed maturity, whether it has, payments over the life of the bond or no, or is it a zero bond structure. So all of this structure and the product and any financial product, as I told you, it comes under some type of business model. Now, those actually, when we talk about the financial system, the whole financial system is just the backbone of the whole economic system and the whole transactions within the actual or the real system or the real economic system. And therefore, the financial system, through the financial services, are the one that guarantee the flow of the funds from the deficit sector to from the surplus sector, which is the household, to the deficit sector. When we came with technology today, and this is what we are talking about here, when we come to technology, technology is actually as merged now with the financial services, which we know it, and we produce a new science or discipline, or call it whatever you call it, and we call it financial technology. So it's actually a marriage between finance and technology. For what? For so many good purposes. Some of them have just socioeconomic activities, socioeconomic benefits, like you want to include so many people who cannot access normal financial services through banks and traditional financial statement or conventional financial system. So you are bringing these technologies to make it easier for those people who are not able to access it. And with this, we call this financial inclusion. And then when we talk about financial inclusion, from the term, you can see you want to include people who are actually, or sectors or communities who are actually not, cannot access those commercial financial services due to so many reasons. And this is a socioeconomic activity. It doesn't mean all the time has no profit, or you are NGO, if you are in fintech startups. No, there are some who are just specifically for profit, and they are providing services even better than the current or the conventional financial system. It depends on how to use technology, how to leverage the financial system, how to leverage all those opportunities, the law, the regulations, and all those issues. So this is the whole combination, which I think you have an idea about that. And therefore, if you look at yourself in this unit or in fintech, actually, we are coming from an area where, and a time where there is an exciting time. It's actually a rapid technological innovation. I remember when I started in 2019 and 20 and 21 with this fintech unit, every year there is new innovations. Every year there is new regulations. Every year, we started with the last time when we talked about the blockchain, that was a big thing. Last time when we talked about wallets, when Touch and Go came to the picture, we were so excited about it. And then when we started to have online banking, internet banking, that was something crazy just a few years ago. Now we are already past that, exceeded that. Now we are in the era of AI. And what is this artificial intelligence is doing everywhere with all its layers. We are not talking about the basic thing. Now we are talking about agents and multi-agents and so many things. And this is just in a few years. So there's all this rapid technological innovations and also a massive social change is working together. So new technology innovations actually transform the role of the financial services industry around the world. Now, specifically in this area of the world, to be very specific about it, and especially in this area of the world, when we say about Asia, maybe Middle East, Europe not so much, US even not so much. They are still stick to the conventional system to somehow. Just to give you an example, people in this country. Almost China, 100% cashless economy. Here, almost 96% cashless economy. If you go to countries like Germany, according to the latest data I got, I think 1 year ago, whatever, it's only 3% to 6%. And they have the hard, it's not the art, they cannot, be very, they cannot use the technology. It's just they have some issues with using the technology. I mean, they have aged population and so many considerations. Anyway, emerging markets actually within Asia and Africa and Middle East, MENA region, which is Middle East and North Africa, and specifically provide both massive challenges but also bring huge opportunities for fintech entrepreneurs. And therefore, we call this unit entrepreneurship in fintech in emerging markets. We are interested more in emerging markets because here where the opportunities are. Now, emerging market like here in Asia, people face high level of complexity, high degrees of inequality, poverty, and uncertainty. You have, this what you call women entrepreneurs. We have so many people who are entrepreneurs in the micro level or mini macro level, small shop, truck drivers. Even freelancers, all of those people actually have no access to conventional financial services, and this is why fintech has to come to the picture. Serving these people is profitable and also provide socioeconomic benefits. This is what we have to know. While this can be intimidating, as I told you at the first, to look at all this poverty and inequality and uncertainty, say, oh, things doesn't really look good, but actually it provides a unique business opportunities for inspiring entrepreneurs, which I hope one of you or all of you will be, most of you will be, if not all, those entrepreneurs who are ready to take on the biggest challenges of their lifetime in emerging economies like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and all Indonesia and all those countries, even Sri Lanka, India, and those countries. There is huge opportunities. Let me just, this is the key questions. So if we're talking about startups, which is actually a fintech, which is we are bringing technology and we are bringing financial services. We are bringing this together. Like we want to divide, improve a system of credit scoring. If you have taken BFW 2401, credit scoring. Credit scoring is one of the most important issues for banks to accept loans and to validate customers and classify customers to good, bad, and in order to give them or not to give them approve and disapprove loans on and credit lines and all these things. So if you want to develop that system and you want to see something interesting, because we have two companies down here, two startups working. If you want to come up with something new, not just the innovation, I'm not talking about the coding, I'm not talking about the, how the app will look like, how the website will look like, what kind of functions that the app is doing, and how does it look like. That is innovations. The issue is you want to make that project, which is this credit scoring that you are developing, useful, profitable, and have sustainability. And when we talk about sustainability, means whether it's going to continue or no, whether it's going to survive or no, whether it is visible financially, means whether its revenues actually increase its cost and it can sustain and continue and grow. That's what we call it. Look at all those companies, starting from BFM, talk about Facebook, talk about all of those things we are seeing. Even when you talk about something like Amazon when it started, all of these ideas have to have some entrepreneur, somebody who can pick up the opportunity, employ technology, use the right technology, use the right financial service, diffuse the system, make it an app, put it and publish it as of course as a mobile app or a web app, a mobile app, so many things you can do out of that. So, and you have a user, and then if the user is there, then that means you can make money. And if the user is growing, then you have actually got a startup that is sustainable, able to grow. And in this case, you are an entrepreneur. So it's not about the innovation. It's about the user. It's about using the right technology. It's about using the right time. It's about picking the right technology and minimizing the cost, increasing the revenues, and able to make profits and grow. So this entrepreneur, which is the core of this unit, when we are looking for him or for her, is everybody entrepreneur? Or is it just a gift? You were born with it. That is a question we have to explore. That is a question we have to explore. And of course, nobody is born, some of us actually born with some gifts. But when we talk about entrepreneur, this is skills. This is education. This is training. This is thing can you acquire, and you have the motivation. If you have the motivation and you can actually able to sacrifice some resources to train yourself, and you have that motivation, you can get the training, and then you can be an entrepreneur. Of course, there's difference between people. Some people pick it up very fast, but that also comes through training and experience. So to answer this question, no, it's a myth. Nobody is born as an entrepreneur. All of us can do it. Can you build skills? Yes, you can build skills. Are you an entrepreneur once you own startup? No, because today, out of each 5, and sometimes 4 startups, one only grow and work. So you will have so many failing startups, and this is very normal. So as an entrepreneur, if you develop all those things and all those components, the technology, the financial systems, whatever, and there is no user, you are not entrepreneur actually, you're just an innovator. Now, we will be answering these questions more and more as we progress. We bring, I don't know how, with this small cohort, how many experts we can bring, but we usually bring experts from the school, from industry, and we bring the best people. Last time we bring Lono, we bring Pitch In, we bring so many good people to help us in this. But I will talk to you in class for this semester 1, 2026, and we will see what we can do about it. This is the learning objectives of the unit, and they can find it anywhere. But actually, you can see, we can just analyze and know what is the startups and the entrepreneurship arena in this area, and what does it mean to be entrepreneurial, and what are actually the foundation of entrepreneurs, and the characteristics of entrepreneur. And then we evaluate how fintech entrepreneurship in emerging markets work. We'll take Malaysia as an example. If we are developing our project in Malaysia, we will we will check the financial regulations in the emerging markets and see how it applies to, in terms of licensing and regulations and all these things, because you have data security issues, you have what you call private data protection, you have so many regulations, and you have also the licensing through the central bank or the Security Commission in this country. And at the end of the day, this unit will develop a full fintech startup. And when I say full, that means full. We will start from zero, and we will end up in week 12 in our hand, having the startup, all the studies, all the work, back work, and all the coding, and we will have the website, and we'll have a functioning app, and then we will even publish it on, we'll publish it in the server. We have a server, and we will publish in the server. Anybody can access, and this will be your project. Now, this is actually what we have, and I think I will explain it. This is how we will go over the weeks. I will explain this when we go to the class, but we are actually mixing this technology at finance to get, we will see the market need, and then bring the technology and finance, and we make a startup. How we divide the weeks? This is how we divide the weeks, actually. As you can see it here. Week 1, we'll talk about the introduction. Then week 2, we'll talk about foundation of entrepreneurship. Here we define opportunities. Here we talk about the business models, and we'll start building the fintech startup product model. And then we will talk about the coding and the technologies. Especially we'll talk about the blockchain and cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence. This time I want to actually work on that. We will do the presentations, and we will do also some revisions. But if you look at this, the most important thing is, if you look at the startup, we need technology. We need regulations to be sure that we can be licensed. We need to have some business models, which we will cover in these weeks. As you can see, this is how the weeks works. This is every week, as you can see. So this is week 1. This is week 2. This is week 3, week 4. Here we will do we will the startup, and we'll do market research, and we will do secondary market research and primary market research, and they will explain it clearly in class. Most of the work is here. If everything is done here, the coding using those EIs we are using, GitHub and the Cloud 4.6 and the ones after that, we can do all the coding we want, and then we can develop the app and the website, which is not a big deal. The problem is whether there is a user and whether the studies here are okay, whether there is a regulation, and where we are going to get the money from. So the finance is coming here, the regulation is coming here, the marketing is coming here, the technology is coming here, and then we will have to have some skills if you are going to do pitching for your project later on. So it's a very interesting one, and every week we will learn one more thing. I think this is what you want to know, how the assessments with your group. I will talk about it in class. I think I will do one project, combine all of this together, and then we will have the 25% reflective essay, which will make it individual. All of this, I'm planning to make it like from week 1, because if we want to do a real project, I will have the opportunity with you to do all of that. I will talk about this in class, and I will tell you about the experience. I will show you the projects of all the ones that have been done, and I also will show you all the resources. We have huge resources in module and out of module, which we module we have so many resources in module, but in outside what you call shared documents, we have so many documents that I will provide with you. I will provide you with. I think I'm done. Thank you very much, and see you in class. For now, let me stop share, and let's have a very productive what you call a semester. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about this small cohort, and see you in class, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.